I'm back, not on a walk. I'm in the coolness of my house. And I guess I got some haters over on Facebook. I don't know how. I don't bother anybody there, but somehow I got haters, but that's okay. I'm here to socialize, do what I do, and everybody can't like you. I've learned that in life. Sometimes you're hated, sometimes you're not. So I guess it's what it is, in life. Today I think Chong realizes it's hot, so he won't bother me as much and actually not bother me. Oh, Jesus, sweater. I'm trying to get situated. Okay. Okay, there we go. My air conditioner is very cold. But then if I open up all the windows, it's so muggy, Chong gets hot. Oh, I already got thumbs up. Oh, I'm good. How are you? I just been working my ass off. I was gonna put in for my a 2 week notice and get me another job, but they just keep literally trying to keep me there and keep me there and keep me there. So I just told my one boss she gonna have to make me her assistant or I'm leaving. So they may, I don't know. Oh, okay. You were the 185th then. It's nice to have you. I'm not the most exciting. I'm just the person that works too much and does tarot readings. I don't be doing some of those stuff that some of the other better live streamers are doing, like going to all those places, don't saving the. Oh, it was nice to meet you too. I think the most exciting thing I do is balance budgets every day and try to get my. I've been trying for 6 months to figure out how I'm getting my book published. Who is this? Oh, hello. I'm good. How are you, Emily? Yeah, how are you, Emily? We got a new subscriber today. I'm getting popular a little bit every day, I guess. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm pretty much just work at a corporate place and do medical stuff. So I like to come over here and talk about things that aren't with non-medical people. It's not that I don't enjoy my medical staff of people. They've been my friends for like 10 years. Oh, thanks. But I sometimes you just have to have something else in your life. I feel I don't talk to normal people ever, which is weird because I do tarot card readings and I'm talking about normal, so I'm not really normal, but I feel when you talk medical normal all the time, I like to use regular words and not medical words. You just can't think about it constantly. Sometimes you rewind. Yeah, this is true. This is why I went to 4 days a week, and I won't work 5 days a week because I told them unless they give me an easier job, I'm just going to keep my pay raise and I'm just going to continue working 4 days a week because with my pay raise, I was able to cut a day and make the same amount of money. That I got anxiety and all kinds of different issues, and this is why I can't handle being a full nurse. Maybe a social worker one day would be okay. I'm good at paperwork. And I don't mind giving showers and stuff. I really don't. I like that part of the job. And I like doing the computer work. I love it. I love looking at charts and things like that. But if somebody's dying or whatever, they can't breathe, I don't want to be in that room to resuscitate them. This is my main complaint. They want to send me to school for free. I don't want to go because if it's my patient, I have to go in there and do all the CPR business. And it's a lot. I mean, I know we can't get in trouble if we can't get them, but at the same time, I got anxiety. It's amazing. I don't know. Probably if you guys aren't medical, you don't know how it goes in medical. They put a code up in the facility. Everybody runs and like their lead aides, like kind of what I am, like a supervising aide, whatever the hell you want to call it. I stay on the floor and hold down the unit, and they all run to this room, and there's like 30 or 40 of them in this damn room. And it happened to me 3 times. I found these guys, and I swear their skin was hard, like hard. And I came out and I was just like in shock, and I go, I think he's dead. And then next thing I know, they all go in there. Ribs got broken, but he didn't die. And I was like, you know what? I don't care if you're paying for it. I said I can't do it. It's a lot. And then the paperwork afterwards, especially if they're a full code, is monstrous. I'm talking they have pounds and pounds of paperwork that they got to do on top of all that. I don't think that's in me. Or ombudsman, I think would be a good job for me. I feel for the patients. I buy them things all the time. And I like them and I like that aspect of it, but I don't know if I want to be there if there's like an emergency where you got to think quickly. I feel these should be with people that can think on their feet better and not kind of freak out and have anxiety like me. So hopefully I get to be an assistant to the ADON. Because I told her I would hold off on getting another job. I could be her assistant, and then I can go back to 5 days a week, and I can do paperwork half the day and help out on the floor. And I think that would help my whole issues. So maybe and I've been having plan B. Because I have other job offers. I mean, when you're in medical, you can get a job wherever you want. They really need you. So, oh, hello. How you doing? But yeah, they always need medical people. It's insane. But I don't mind it. I like it. I took medical terminology and I can talk medical and talk to these surgeons and doctors all day long. I just don't want to be the one to give CPR. And these guys complain about pain pills all the time. I'll go and answer their light, and it's always about a damn pain pill. And I don't want to be the one delivering that either. Because they literally will call state, call their family, call all these people if you don't have their pill at a certain time. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you find me interesting. Because I'm really not that interesting. I have a very boring job, literally. And I've been, I guess, in a sense, married to my job for a very long time and in the field. So, for like, God, I really don't have any other skills except for writing besides medical because I've been doing it so long. If I try to work in a kitchen, which I have when I was younger, the thing is they say I cook the burgers too slow. And the thing is, I don't know how everybody gets in these restaurants and they're flipping these burgers so fast and they're remembering how to put everything. And they're doing like 10 orders at one time. I just I feel for everybody. I even tell them, if I order someplace, I don't care if it's not there right away because I don't know how everyone does it. I tried it when I was younger. I didn't get fired, but I got taken off of my station, and they said I was really good at cleaning and math. So I became a cashier, then eventually a supervisor. But I was never allowed to cook. It was crazy. I even had one job and ended up in the money room. These jobs I have, they like me because I'm a good worker, and then I end up migrating in different parts of the company all the time. So hopefully, my current corporation, I could just migrate to the assistant of the DON, and I'll be okay with that because she's really cool. Angel, stop! But she's really cool. She gave me Chong's cage when I first got him, and her son had a pit bull. So, hang on one second. Oh God, I don't know what's more annoying. I think the cats are more annoying than the dogs sometimes. Chong's are actually very good. I've actually disciplined him with a water squirter. And I honestly, through my life, all having cats, and then I had dogs, but they were family dogs, so it really didn't count too much. But he's the first dog that I was completely in charge of. But he acts way better than any of the cats I've taken care of ever. So I don't know. Sometimes these guys, as little as they are very sassy. I don't know if you guys have any cats. I love them. I do. I want to say I always was a cat person. I like dogs too. Our families had German shepherds. We had Doberman pinchers. I think I had a Rottweiler once too. We've had a lot of dogs, but I wasn't in charge of disciplining them or anything like that. It was always my parents. I watched them, but I needed help when I got Chong because I was working. He was sick. I got him really young as a rescue. And my bosses were helping me. They had dogs. So, I mean, I got a really expensive cage for free. And people were giving me all this stuff because they really wanted me to get him. Me and Chong kind of trained. We just, we just vibed off each other, I guess you could say. And then I went and got a trainer because I need a help. I mean, it's getting to the point where I can do some things, and I guess they keep saying that some dogs. Oh, hi, Nina. Were you with the one that I know it was with a boyfriend. Yeah, were you with the one that you haven't heard from for a while? Because there was two of you guys with almost the same circumstance. But yeah, you can ask. My cards are here. Okay. Has he came back yet? Because sometimes circumstances actually change a little. Does it say one of them? So do you have two guys that you were being like that were doing it? No, he is hiding. No. All right. Well, it's always good to have two. You're not married. I'm not promoting you going out and being a hoe or anything. I'm really not. Okay, you can ask your question. Oh, you want to know why he's hiding from you? Okay. Well, yeah, men can hide for many reasons. When they're hiding, and it's a very sneaky situation. Anyone that's untruthful and hiding or not telling you all the truth is doing it because they either like you a lot or they're hiding something big that they should have just talked about it with you to begin with or just been straight up. Like I used to tell my kids, I'd rather you not lie to me and tell me the truth. I picked up my one son from a party when he was drunk. Is Joy, things are going good? Oh, well, that's good. That is really good. Sometimes distance brings love. But let me get my friend over here to find out why her man is hiding from her. Maybe you could help her with advice on bed. We have a lot of women where the men are hiding too up in here on Chong the dog. Alright. His current situation, why he's hiding, he did get a full moon in Pisces. He's having trouble with balancing his inner self. He doesn't feel truly happy with his life. I guess, like they say, when men hit like 40, midlife crisis, he's having a young midlife crisis, I'd like to call it. I would compare it to that when you feel unhappy and you want to, and you feel like your whole life's fell apart. This is how I like to think of it, and that's where he's at. He's just upset his house. He's just being a hermit. And the reason why he is the recent past of this situation. He can't let go of it's somebody in his past that was his really, really true love, like a first love. He's always had a thing for them, but it's over and it's never coming back, and it kind of holds him back, I guess, in a sense, because it was a childhood love. And then the future card he got, he's there, he's sulking, and I believe there was. I'll get to your question. Just hang on. Let me finish this one. I believe he's questioning his inner self because I'm picking up the girl got married. He found out there was marriage and she got pregnant. And she's very happy. And he has to let go and learn to love someone else. So, in this case, I want to say that he's just honestly just trying to find himself at this moment because he needs to let go to let he has to let go of his heart, and because the love has to change at some point to let in someone else, and it's hard. Sometimes you always love somebody after they're gone, but it has to change at some point. I love my ex-husband still, and I always will, but I don't love him in the exact way that I did, if that makes any sense. I still care about him. I still would help him out, but that's just kind of how you're at sometimes. Hang on. That's on him. I really can't answer questions like that. I know he's sulking, and the girl's pregnant, and he's just realizing that he's not, you know, he needs to get himself together, get his feelings together, figure out where he's going from here. And I don't know. I can't speak for him because people do stuff in their own time. All right, hang on. Is this about Joy? Okay, is Joy starting to let her guard down with me? All right. Oh, okay. You know what? We got advice from my friend here that his girlfriend's kind of acting crazy towards him. She said if he is hiding from you, something is seriously wrong. He is probably overwhelmed and stressed, and something that is really bothering him. But unknown, everyone is different. See, there you go. And this is from a man's point of view. So I don't know. I would just give him some space. I know men don't like to be bothered like that. So, and I feel like if you blow up a guy's phone and bother him too much, that he's just gonna not want to be around you, and it's gonna give him one reason not to contact you. So if you do keep it, just try to keep it at a casual basis because some guys don't like their phone blown up, and women sometimes could do these kind of things, and men hate it. I can say that my husband hates this stuff. My sons hate it when women blow up their phone. So I mean, he cares about you, but like I said, love changes. I still care about my husband. I just don't care about him like I did before. I still love him, but you love changes sometimes. I don't know, and really, not one person is supposed to know people's innermost feelings because they're private. So, those kind of things, people really can never know. It's only the person. That's what makes life so mysterious and fun. Does Troy have me in a third party with his ex? I'm Leo and he's a Libra. What do you mean by a third party? Are you with him and he's just emotionally involved with his ex? Is that what you mean by third party? Oh, you're welcome. I feel he's gonna come around with a decision though. He will. He's gonna come by, but give him a chance and maybe it'll be what you need. Maybe you'll get lucky. Wait, a love triangle. Oh, you're not in a relationship with you. He's in a. Okay. Okay. Like, yeah. Oh, okay. So you're. This is a guy then. All right. Well, let me answer my one friend that was helping me with my other person about his girlfriend, and then we'll do one about your love triangle. All right. Let's see what Joy is doing. I wish I had Joy's phone number because I would call her and talk to this Joy. I think she needs, I don't know, a bipartial person to talk to because I don't know. Alright, the current situation with her, you got New Moon in Capricorn with Miss Joy, and that's pretty much saying any kind of work or energy you put into something is coming in a positive way. So all the energy you have trying to get Joy to realize that you're a good person is starting to come around. And the reason why she has been acting kind of off, she got a full moon in Aquarius, is because of her insecurities. And she has them. She likes to push people away. Miss Joy is, she just doesn't want to deal with things, sometimes just wants to just leave. And some people are like this, and it throws mixed signals. And she got a new moon in Aries for her situation, which is good because this means a decision is going to come to a halt and things are going to be resolved. I think she's starting to realize and come around, but still don't be too pushy. Just keep the sex. Keep the sex and just don't be pushy and just kind of let her do her and let her come to you. It's like fishing. You put your rod out there with your bait and you wait for the fish to come to you. If you go to the fish too much, they're going to run away. This is how relationships are sometimes. So I have a crazy way of saying things sometimes. But Joy's coming around, and thank you for helping me with the last caller over here. I'm gonna call them callers. I used to back in the day. Anyways, and you're welcome for your reading. Okay, if he is, if he is, do you like him? So you do love him. Okay. Do you want to be in a relationship with him, or do you just want to kind of see where things go? Or are you guys in some kind of relationship? Because sometimes circumstances could change depending on it. And you just got in contact with him. Do you want this to go for romantic? I guess is the question I would ask. Because I guess on your intentions, you would like, it would be like a different question almost on the intentions. You had love for him, but my love is starting to turn to hate. Oh. I asked him if he wants to be in a relationship. He said no. Well, if he doesn't want to be in a relationship, then I mean, I don't. I think that's pretty clear cut. If you want me to do a reading to find out why he doesn't want a relationship with you, I could do that. Yeah, I'll do that after this reading. So he still wants to cling on to me. Because he wants you for option two. This is why. He totally wants you for option two. Alright, so you want to know his intentions on you altogether then. But that's what it sounds like to me. Men play games. They really, really do. You gotta watch these things. Women play games too. People in general play games with people's feelings. Alright, for this one, you got for your current situation with him, you got a new moon, and that pretty much represents a new start or a new cycle. And for the reason for the new start, which would be literally the immediate past, you got full moon in Leo, which means there's distrust and issues about disrespect type things. And Leos are very pride, and lions, you had to curse him out. That's funny. I love cursing people out. I don't know. I'm a weird person like this. I get really nasty with people too sometimes. But I guess he was kind of egotistical in this whole situation. And for his, oh my god, I don't know. I don't know about this one. He had a new moon eclipse for the immediate future of his situation with you. And it was, and these are the new moon eclipses, powerful change. It always is. I think you're getting two options. I think they're sending somebody else. I think they're both going to try to come back. I think he's going to try to come back to you eventually, and then somebody else is going to be nice. And I think you're going to like them both. I, oh, God, you're like my mother in law. She enjoys blocking people. I call her the blocking queen. She's like the FBI. She could find out if you got a fake number, if you're a scammer, and all kinds of stuff. But I know, what would you do, Mom, when they caught? I blacked his ass. That's what she tells me all the time. She's hilarious. She makes me laugh so hard. That's why I told her I'm going to get t shirts made with her picture that says blocking queen. I love it. You blocked it and cussed him out. I do see somebody else coming. And it's somebody that's gonna balance out the situation. And I see a good looking, muscular guy. He's like has tan skin. He's not, I can't see his face. I could see, like, I guess I could see him from a distance, but I could see some features when it's so far away. But I want to say tan. He has a tan or it's olive skin. And like my color hair. I can't really make out eye color and all that, but he looks kind of handsome. And this is what the universe does when somebody's horrible and egotistical like this to people. The person that they end up caring about in the end, they give a really nice, good-looking person with usually a little money to make other people envious to the person that did nothing. And you are the person that did nothing. You're the person that tried to do the right thing and is getting dragged around. You're the victim. The victim always gets the prize all the time. That's why sometimes if you're going to be a bad guy, you got to be careful. And it has to be within boundaries because you can get the worst karma. He's not being a provider. I don't I get, if you're self-absorbed and you don't know who you care about and you really don't try to help anybody or do things in the world like you're supposed to, these things happen. So I just learned through my life just feel people out and how I dealt with heartache is I cried and ate some ice cream and if you gotta go out drinking and if you want to hit a tree or something, that's fine. It's up to you. Or go outside and just. I know a friend that she had a breakup and she was so pissed. There was some kind of bar or some place that you pay for the furniture, you go there and break it. It was weird. She just went there because she liked to break shit and get mad and all that, and she'd go there and just pay and break the stuff. So I guess you could do that or however you need to, but just get out your frustrations. I mean, I don't prefer to be depressed, but I have cried a couple times. It is it's bothersome, but I feel there you might like option 2 better. I mean, kind of just seeing him from a distance in my head, he looks like a pretty damn good option. If I wasn't married, I might think about dating this option. And generally, the universe is very nice and tries to give good people to the people that did nothing bad. So I guess I would kind of just relax and see what happens. And I'm a very impatient person, so I'm not trying to give you. I'm just giving the advice everybody else gives me. So you're manifesting a new healthy love. This manifesting thing must be getting popular these days. I hear this a lot. My friends are always talking about just manifest it. I'm like, I don't even like to meditate. I don't understand this whole manifesting business. I'm always so worried about how I'm gonna sort this out and bothering my son to finish these damn tasks so I can get a computer. And I'm so concerned about the big picture. I guess I don't think about this manifesting stuff and all that, but my friend Carla does that. She says it helps, and she's been studying all these things about the angel language and stuff. I want to say, if anything, I would call her a white priestess. She's very powerful and she's a very powerful empath. And she always says manifesting good things is a positive thing. So that's probably good that you're manifesting good things because it always, if you're going to be in a bad situation, it'll protect you. So I guess there's protection if you're manifesting the light. If you're manifesting the dark, it attracts dark things. So it'll give you a lot of negativity. And I guess maybe if you get angry enough, you can manifest. Maybe it runs by emotions. I don't know. I may have manifested and didn't know it. It says the only reason I'm starting to notice is the only time my ex wants to reconcile is when they're broke or need a place. Uh, yeah, I've been through that too. I had a friend stay with me, and it didn't work out well. I mean, we're still kind of friends and everything, but sometimes you need your own space, and I get it. But this is why I pay my bills. I don't go and do any kind of drugs or anything, like except for the medical marijuana. I would rather just stay on 2 feet. Okay, you're still looking for love in the summer. I remember you. Let's see what you expect for the summer. But yeah, I do that. And then when you try to help them out when they're in your house, they're real nice to you. Then after they leave, they get real nasty. That's why I'm starting to resent my. I don't know if I would go back with him. You don't want to be with somebody. It's going to be hard enough to forgive him, much less be with him. I'm just, I'm not trying to tell you what you can't, I don't tell anybody what to do. That's not my place in the universe. But if you resent him, which I think you have all rights to resent him, I would not go back with him. I would just, I would start out on a clean slate. I see there's another guy in your future, and he seems very handsome. All right, Savina. I think I got it right. Okay, Sweetna. I'm very bad at pronouncing names. I'll call you SD. How's that? Is it okay if I call you SD? I'm just bad with pronunciations, and I do this at work to them. My work people too. I tell them to. I give them nicknames because their names are very complicated. Okay, all right, SD. Your summer love forecast. You like that love forecast? I found that interesting. You got a north node, and pretty much it's saying to maybe take life at a different direction. And they're saying this because you got a gibbous moon, which means you're close to achieving a goal in your life, which is good. Goals are good. Goals are awesome. And then you got a win-win outcome. I think honestly, once you kind of find yourself a little bit and maybe just start doing something to give back. If you want things like this, sometimes you got to do something good to get something good. Like, I don't know, I've been doing medical for so long, I do good every day, but maybe try maybe helping somebody, like volunteer somewhere, or try to just make an impact by maybe helping an elderly person. They always need supplies. They like toothpaste and good toothbrushes. You can go to the dollar store and get them stuff. Or maybe just try to help out or go to animal shelter and help out. And I'm not saying go adopt a dog, which if you have a house and stuff, I would love for you to go to the shelter and adopt a dog because I feel that these poor animals get abused a lot and people are ignorant. They think that you have to use violence to teach them not to be violent, but if a dog doesn't know what you're saying, doesn't speak English, and obviously they don't, and they do certain behavior, and you're constantly beating them with a newspaper or something, they're gonna think that when they do something, they're getting hit, so they're gonna get skittish. So I'm a fan of either caging them or caging up their toys. I want to say that I tried caging up toys because I don't want them in the cage all the time because I see those things in Facebook about all those poor animals always, and I follow the animal shelters because they're always trying to get them. They have a whole Facebook thing where they'll have like the dogs they came in and just got like fixed up and they're looking for good homes for them and they're on all these cages all the time and I feel bad, so I started caging up his toys. And if he's really really bad, oh, you love animals too? Yeah, I just feel honestly, I was really depressed because me and my son, he turned 18 and got with this girl and changed up on me and everything else. And he's going through one of these periods where he's hiding from me. And I've been going through things, so I understand. And I know how hard it is if you're angry. Uh, I don't know that information. I just know he looks nice. If you're coming off like you are with a mentally, what do they call it? A mentally abusive relationship, and they say this because a form of mental abuse is if they take advantage of you and stuff like that. And taking advantage of somebody technically can be put down as some kind of mental abuse. So they're not going to give you someone that's going to do that. Or they're not even giving you anybody. They're literally just giving you options. So he's going to be a good man. Probably, I don't know, I feel he's going to be a godly man. I really do. I feel a lot of spiritual energy around his presence. He's very bright. He's like a light bulb in the distance when I see him. He doesn't, his aura is not dark at all. I could tell you that. And usually, if you don't have a dark aura and you're that bright, you're a good person. So I can tell you he's going to have he has a bright aura, which is good. But that's all I know about him. Well, his appearance, I couldn't. I seen like a blurry face, but I just seen him on a summer's day. He didn't have a shirt on. That's how I was able to make out the muscle, and he seemed very handsome. His face was a little blurry, and he had brown eyes, but he looked handsome. But sometimes I'm not allowed to see everything in general. Sometimes I'm not allowed to see eye color because sometimes you might not be meant to. You're not meant to know what eye color he has until 6 months later. If you knew everything before it happened, it wouldn't happen. So, but I can tell you'll like him, and you're very bright like a light bulb. Usually, people with light auras like this. But like I said, oh, I don't know about his job. I don't. They don't tell me these things. Those are supposed to be a surprise too. Angels like to surprise you with things. I want to say all of my spirit guides are fun witches, but they're not. A couple. have angelic spirits. I'm more of a darker soul, and I can get some insight from them, but they're not going to tell me certain things because they like to. The angelic people like to surprise you. Oh, this would be a new one. If you're getting a new beginning, it's going to be someone you never met that's just going to pop out of nowhere. I literally met my husband when I gave up, and my son got him kicked out of his apartment. That's how I met my husband. It's going to be some crazy random event you're going to meet him. What event it's going to be, I don't know. It's just going to be a crazy random event. And you're gonna meet him, and you're gonna feel like you knew each other forever, and he's gonna be handsome, and you guys are really gonna like each other because you're both light bringers, and you're very positive and happy. The other one, not so much as a light bringer. That's the thing. He's kind of a dark soul almost for the love triangle person. So I guess you're in a love triangle too, technically. So, but yeah, I feel the one that you think you're seeking and everything is gonna work out. I feel he's a darker soul, and he has some things he needs to learn and work on. And the thing is when dark souls got to work on things, they generally. I'm not saying he murdered people or nothing else. I'm just saying that he upset people. What about the past person? The past person, I feel he's somebody you was with before, but I feel you're just gonna meet this one guy. Oh yeah, you can ask question. I just feel this guy's gonna pop up out of nowhere. But you do have a past person somewhere, and it's gonna be an old friend that stops by or something before this guy stops by, and you're gonna realize that you just like him as a friend. I can't think it's Mary. Is it Mary or Marty? Okay, it's Many Queen. You guys have very interesting. It's like I feel that I'm on my husband's stream. He's a live streamer for Twitch. They have interesting names like that. Oh, you're welcome. You could always ask another day and let me know how your life's going. Maybe I could see something when they come close. When I see things, if it's too far away, when the event gets closer, I can get a clearer picture. So maybe wait till things get a little closer and then we can ask again. I don't want you to miss out on this guy that looks like a muscular man that's hot, that's handsome. So I wouldn't want to tell you to everything to the T and have him not come around because I think you would really miss that. But definitely come in again. We could always ask again. I always see something different every day, and the closer these events come. But go ahead with your question, Many Queen. I'm here. Well, it's nice talking to you again. It's nice that I'm getting to return people. I'm hoping that I get this office job because I won't have to be out. I'm hoping not to have to be up 4:30 in the morning every morning, and then having to do that for 5 days straight almost kills me. every time it happens, but it's easier to have my Wednesdays and Thursdays off. I feel a lot of stuff is happens on them days. Generally, either states walking in or somebody messed up somewhere in the facility, and then there's all kinds of trauma at morning meeting, and I just can't deal with that kind of stress. So hopefully, when I get the office job, I could just do that, and I'll be able to stream more every day then. But I'm trying to take it easy, and I told everybody at work that I already have a service dog because of my anxiety and medical marijuana. And I'm going to ask them how much more they want to push me. So they have tried to lighten up my assignment. One of the patients that was real heavy and hard to turn, she ended up going home. So we'll see how it goes, and if I cannot get so exhausted through the day at work, I could be able to do more streams even when I'm working. Because I mean, it's reality. I'm not going to be able to quit my work for a long time. Even if you have 500 subscribers, I don't even. It's probably not a lot of money you start making. It's probably. I don't know. I don't know how the ratio of money goes over here. But I know on Facebook, depending on how long you've been, and it goes by a lot of numbers. But I think the most I made honestly was $12, and then I hit some kind of violation. I'm really good at breaking these rules. And it was so innocent. They wanted me to take down one of my videos that I thought was really cool. And I made it on Instagram, and Facebook owns Instagram. And I could sometimes do better reels over there. So if it's a YouTube advertisement for you guys over here, I like to do that on Instagram, and then I change the song because I feel that there's so much stuff with this copywriting stuff. I just switch out the song. So that's why it has my Instagram thing. Well, I'm waiting, Mary Queen. I hope you didn't leave. But I got the question. But who's this? Chick? I think it's Chick, right? But hello, how are you? I didn't I didn't know this was a good time. See if I don't know, maybe I'll try to do earlier streams. As soon as like sometimes the late night streams get very religious. I'm afraid to do a late night stream. It was a very invigorating conversation when I live stream at night. It's really never about readings, and I did go to Catholic school, and I studied about the Bible a lot. I can talk about the Bible, but when you talk about religion or politics, I feel it always leads to some kind of argument. And it wasn't like we were arguing, me and when I was conversing with the person, I think it was like a week ago. And I said, oh, well, I'll see who I get at like 12 o'clock at night. And we were talking, but I know all the details and I've read other Bibles. So we were going back and forth. But I don't really like that debating style of live streaming. I have had debate class when I was in school and little things like this, but I don't like it. Some people do. Some of the best debaters in the world are lawyers and judges. I I feel it's beneficial to us, to have streamers like this, but I just don't think I'm that good at it. 'Cause we need people to stand up for us that are good with their words. But it is a very kind of hard live stream. But I got through it because I do know details about a couple different about it. It was the Quran. I did read it because they have the English version, and then obviously because I'm Roman Catholic. I don't know for sure. I don't go to Roman Catholic church, so I will say I was raised Roman Catholic. We'll just put it that way. I was raised that way. I believe there's a God. And I vibe with it, but I just sometimes I can't get to church, this and that, and I don't believe some of the things they believe, but I believe in the good ideas, like Noah's Ark. I don't believe scientifically it has been proven there was no way it rained every single place on the earth and flooded. They said if that was even possible, there would be an inch of water on the entire planet, and it would not be enough to drown anybody. So I I've gotten fights with priests over this because I find it ridiculous because they say that the Bible was written, and honestly, if you want to think of it as if I'm not saying, I mean, you could be an atheist, and I'm totally fine with that too. But if you were to entertain the idea that there's one God, one like God and all that, and you were on board with it, the thing is you can't think that he doesn't that he wouldn't think of you as a child. So a lot of the stuff and the stories in the Bible are written like how you would try to explain things to a child, because in essence, God thinks to use that because I guess he's more experienced in life in general, I guess we could say. So having all that going on, that's pretty much, I guess, where they stand, and you can't expect everything to be the same grave detail like they do. They, I mean, the Ark of the Covenant, I don't know if it's an actual chest or thing. I think it's more of an idea, I want to say. And I know they'll talk with Ark and Covenant was here and there. Maybe there's a. I always thought to myself, is there maybe because they used to say I've been there could there's like keys or universal things, and some people are just born to do a certain task in life. And I'm wondering if that's what God's talking about. Maybe the Ark of the Covenant, because they can't find it. They really can't decipher it, and they're written like children's stories, so you really can't believe the details in it. Maybe it's symbolism for us. Maybe we are the Ark of the Covenant. And I know it might blow every Christian's mind, but maybe it's as simple as we are the Ark of the Covenant. And honestly, I know they were finding these things in caves and all this gold and stuff, but a lot of that stuff was stashed because people have been making gold and stuff through the years and stashing things in lots of places. So I guess you really can't go off that either. So that's what I'm entertaining the idea with. The Ark of the Covenant, I think God meant as us. But I just I just don't understand why people think it's I get it's a chess, but if you're telling a story to a kid, you're going to add a fun detail that's maybe fake because it's a children's fable. And for somebody that built the universe and everything else, why would he's honestly way smarter than us? I mean, that's just a given. So why wouldn't he fib a little? I mean, I know the Catholic Church goes in all this crazy detail about stuff, but I really think things are some simplistic in life, and sometimes people blow it out of proportion. Like the church blows all that out of proportion. I mean, and the other thing that bothers me about them is they literally they used to be horrible to people that like the same sex. And they did that because they said it wasn't God's will. How do they know? I mean, are they sitting there talking to God? I mean, people are weird. People really sometimes could be weird out there. And I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody. I just literally believe that good is good and bad is bad. Religion was sit here and maybe God is was portrayed by all these different people, these different religions that wrote their different commandments and stuff down. I do believe that, but he still thinks of us as kids, so he's gonna tell a different story than that's actually going on. That's how it always goes, and it's not a bad thing. It just means that you're being protected. Being protected is not a bad thing. I am very excited about. I guess in a sense I'm protected too. When bad things happen, I get separated and I redefine myself. I've been redefining myself the past year or two because I've been at the game of social media now for is I pretty much started when I got Chong and I got him around 2, maybe 3 months, something like that. And he's 2, so I think I'm doing well for how little time I've been on here. But honestly, if the event of Chong didn't come, I probably wouldn't have made the channel. I would probably just got another job and moved about my business. So I guess I think that when I do like when the scientists go around digging up things, I do find that interesting, and I don't know why, but I do. I love archaeology, but I don't think it's about exact things. I think they're God's way of telling us the tales that He wants us to know, and I think some people think too much into it because these things I do actually believe, and I just my opinion, and I'm not saying that you should believe anything I say because you absolutely shouldn't. You should take in consideration if you think that I may have an opinion or a good opinion about something and think of your own conclusion. Because that's what makes a strong individual. When people tell me things, I I say I listen to them. I I look up sometimes on Google a couple things and I make my own logical assumptions. I'm always thinking of some half cockeyed thing for my scientist stuff. I love science. I follow this James Webb telescope because I'm weird like that. I enjoy that this telescope is out there, and I'm sad that Stephen Hawking is dead. I think Stephen Hawking would have a heyday. He'd be like a kid in a candy shop with this telescope. There's so much stuff, folks, going on about this new telescope out there. All these numbers that are coming back. String theory has been, a lot of our old theories we had in string theory has been put out the front door. Not just shut the front door, throw it out and shut it. And I'd like to say these are pioneers of science, and they are just when we start finding more and more things out. I feel their stuff is just like Mendel with our DNA. If he wasn't experimenting with peas and wanting to know why he had so many peas of one way, they eventually have another pea. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have DNA. So if it wasn't for Stephen Hawking, we would have never got this far. And even though a lot of the stuff Stephen Hawking kind of got put backwards because of the new findings, he's still the greatest. I don't care. And of course, Albert Einstein, we can't forget about him. But he would be so happy. I wish he could just lived a little bit longer, I guess, so he can enjoy this. I mean, this thing has gotten close to black holes and everything. We've learned a possibility of quantum universes and dark matter. We've just now, with this telescope, realized that it's out there. It's not just in the video games, folks. It's out there. Because if you think about it, I think it has to do the way I like to think of black holes. And this is the way I think about them and try to get my theories, which sometimes they're dead on wrong, sometimes they're maybe. It's like a vacuum. It's constantly sucking things in until it gets clogged, and then it just shuts down and comes down, and that's it, like a little hole, and goes away, or it just spits it out. It throws it up. But when it's throwing it up, he's doing a whole lot of stuff. Generally, it's creating a new universe and a lot of things. And I believe that Stephen Hawking would have had a really more exciting view on what's going out there. And I wish I knew what he would say about all this. Because bet, just because Harvard sponsored it and was helping out NASA to get this thing going, does not mean you discredit all this other stuff. Just because they're there and did it doesn't mean what they are coming up with is the absolute truth. There is no absolute truth in science, especially with outer space. There's no absolute truth. There's always infinite answers because space is math. That's the universal language of the universe is math. Math is the core of who we are. Math is how we're made. Everything's counted. Just like cancer cells, they divide by 8. You have 8 cancer cells, 8 times 8, 64. 60, and then the next day, 64 times 8. And then that number, and blah, and it goes on and on and on. That's why you got to get all these treatments or it gets ugly. Because it multiplies fast. So, and I've seen these existence, and I think the dark matter comes out of. I think the dark matter kind of comes out of these black holes, and we have a lot of them surrounding us, and we have a huge, gigantic one in the Milky Way. It's so big, it's crazy, guys. It's like it really is crazy. So I would, yeah, I would go and just check it out. I would, and I have a lot of half-cock theories, and I think a lot of the dark matter they talk about, I think a lot of that comes from there. I could be wrong, but this is just what I think. So, but oh, it's in for. I'm gonna probably set my alarm for about an hour. I'm gonna take a nap because I had to be up early this morning with Chong, and I'm gonna come back on. And I guess if you want to know when I come on again, just when you subscribe, I usually stay on here for at least 15 or 20 minutes. Sometimes 20 minutes, just waiting for everybody to get announced and all that, so you know I'm here. So I would say wait that, and then when all that happens again in the near future of an hour or so, you'll know when I'm coming back. So, and I've had a great discussion, and I think it's awesome that I had a viewer help me with another person's love life. I'm really grateful for you guys. I think you guys are like the best. So, but I'm gonna take me a little nappy nap. Probably hit my bold ones. And I'll talk to you guys in about an hour or so. Because I'm just so tired. But I'm going to set my alarm. So I hope you guys are having a good afternoon. Because it is afternoon here. So I hope everybody's having a good afternoon. And I hope to see you for I'm gonna call usually the 5, 6 o'clock stream I do. We're gonna call them an evening stream. I need some kind of order, I guess the word is. I need order in my life with all this. So we're going to go with that, the word order. So I will talk to you guys for the evening stream. And you guys have been so awesome, and I'm so grateful to have you guys in my life. And I hope you guys are all doing well.